Oh,
Hey,
hello everyone.
happy
Happy Friday.
Friday.
Look at us. Sean and Don actually look different today.
It is not 7 in the morning.
It's not.
We did not just finish working out.
This might be
And
recorded a little early.
and we're showered.
We are showered, so you actually get to see us.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Probably don't even look anything the same. Well, you
yeah,
probably do.
you're
But
like, this is Sean and Don. We actually own Storm King Athletic Club. If you haven't met us before and watched us on Friday. So this week,
yeah, what do we want to talk about?
couple things. We're going to talk about CBD,
Feature Friday.
Feature Friday.
We're going to talk about CBD products.
CBD products and
And what we offer in the cafe.
some misconceptions.
Misconceptions with CBD.
Nope.
Misconceptions in the gym.
In the gym. We'll
We
talk
talked
about
about it last
Yep.
week, and what did we talk about? Misconception of that you need to be in shape
Yes.
or you need to get fit before you can join a
And we'll
gym.
talk a little bit about what's happening in the gym this week with the open ending and some stuff at the cafe. So,
Yeah, maybe we should hit the challenge first.
oh,
We're on day 4
day 4.
of the kettlebell challenge.
Yes.
So make sure if you are doing this that you let us know that you're in it so that we can throw you in the drawing at the end of the month. We will pull a name again out of a hat of someone who completed the challenge as written every day, and they'll win something.
They'll win something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. So let's talk about CBD. Boom. This has actually been all the craze in the last year or two, I think, is when it got really popular.
Yeah.
Dawn and I
in general.
got really interested in CBD about 4 years ago. So I want to tell you what we know about CBD and what we offer here at Storm King with it.
Well, and we were just reflecting. It's been 4
4
years
years.
since we started taking it. Had
4
no idea it's been that long.
4 years. And when CBD first launched, there's two types that you can really get. There's the one from hemp,
Hemp-based.
Charlotte's Web, hemp-based. The other is marijuana.
THC, marijuana-based. Yeah.
One, you get the right dosage and you walk around not stoned. The other one, you get the right dosage that you need in a day and you're going to walk around hungry and stoned. So we're going to stick with the hemp-based one here. So Stanley Brothers, for those that don't know, we found it early on that they were considered the gold standard in research for CBD and hemp. And the way they came together was apparently their kids had ADHD and epilepsy, and they were trying to find alternative ways to mitigate the medical needs for them. And so,
in a natural
way. And so, what's really different about their hemp that we know back when we were first researching this is that they farm and source it themselves, so that they don't buy it wholesale from other areas, where a lot of other CBD is sourced throughout the world. It's been reported that a lot of the hemp is sourced out of China and Russia and fields that they were doing nuclear testing on before. Now I don't know which products from that. I can just tell you it's not Charlotte's Web. The other thing that was a big misconception on CBD that we found out early on with some people is that they throw CBD in the label like it's got CBD in it, but what they put is they put a trace amount in there, and it doesn't really benefit the person at all. So what does that mean?
Right. What's proper dosing look like?
So why do we even use CBD? Well, for people that are just normal, I shouldn't say normal, that sounds bad. People that are just, aging as one would expect. You use this for inflammation on the joints and things, and also anxiety. It actually helps quite a bit with anxiety. Yeah. It has a lot of other benefits, but it's that chronic inflammation, and so we wanted to give it a try because we were working out really hard and
have old injuries,
injuries, just nagging stuff, and so we tried it 4 years ago because it's actually fairly expensive. And I'll go over pricing with this at the end. Fairly expensive. We didn't want to if you're buying the proper dose. And I when I say fairly expensive, it's like $1.10 a day. So I guess that's not terribly not terribly expensive.
The bottle will last you a long time.
But regardless, so we wanted to try because we're like, hey, before we start to actually mention this, we really want to go for it. And the way you're supposed to do it is that if you just start documenting how you're feeling. So if you list kind of like, my elbow hurts and my right knee hurts and I get this nagging thing and I just don't feel very good. And
or don't recover well.
I don't recover well, yeah. And so, and then you start taking about 25 milligrams of CBD. So that's about half our normal dosage to start with. And you go for about 2 weeks and you just kind of document how you're feeling and see how things are going. What they
because
try
you have to build up
some tolerance
amount
for
in
it.
your
Yeah.
system, so you have to consistently take it.
And so
every day.
then eventually we want you to get to 50 to 60 milligrams of your dosage there, and I'll talk through that in a second. And then that's kind of like the daily dose, like your multivitamin portion of it. When we first started taking, we had all these nagging injuries and stuff, and we were just like, wow, all of a sudden we didn't really
broken all
actually
the
go
time.
into it the proper way, like where we were journaling at all. We like, oh, we'll figure it out as we go. And
See what happens.
4 years ago we learned, and what happened was that we sat there and we went to Mexico. So we were taking it for 2 to 3 months. We were doing some pretty intense stuff, and we went to Mexico and we're like,
We hadn't really noticed the benefits yet.
Yeah.
Like we thought, but it's hard to tell, if you're taking other supplements or whatever. How
And
well does it work?
and this is a supplement. It's sold in all 50 states, but we weren't sure how it transported to Mexico because it's an oil, the one that we have here.
We didn't want to take a
And
chance.
so we didn't take a chance. So we
Getting it
decided we're not
confiscated.
going to take
It's
it to
too
Mexico
expensive.
for it's too expensive. We want to keep it here. So we got down here, and literally like within between 2 to 4 days, like that nagging knee ache and
Yeah,
stuff.
this was back like 4 years ago.
4 years
when
ago.
we first started taking it.
All of a sudden, like your knee hurt, your shoulder started hurt again,
Noticed my knee filled with
You
fluid
weren't
again, which I
sleeping
hadn't
well.
had fluid in a while.
and we
Yeah.
were like, sure as shit,
I guess that stuff
there that
works.
works. So we went back and we started taking it right
And
away.
After a couple of weeks,
All those things were gone again.
we noticed, so all of those things we were noticing
So
before.
the biggest thing that on this, we think anyone should.
we decided then we would never stop taking
We never
it.
stopped taking it. Yeah, we think anyone should take it. We think that Stanley Brothers is the cleanest product out there. Ideally 50 milligrams up to 60 milligrams. And so it is expensive as an initial purchase. So we do stock a bottle of this, but if you're interested, we usually pre-order it just because of the price for it. It works out to this one bottle here would last a person 3/4 of a year. So it's about $1.10 per servings, but you're
Just
of just using
day.
it. So it'd last you 9 months out of the year. It's definitely worth it. I think the price point on it right now is $285 on that for that bottle. They also have gummies, and they have these pills that you could take. They have other dosage mechanism or offerings. We actually have pet treats too for them.
Comes in a little dog
cafe.
chewy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to really help with anxiety if your dog deals with a scared at 4th of July or those kinds of things, or when you leave. So yeah, it's reported that lots of
really
people
good stuff
notice a
though. If
huge
it's something you're
difference.
interested in, let us know. We'd love to talk to you about it. What's interesting about this is that we have some friends that have kids, has a child that's he's actually an adult that has some very severe epilepsy, like traumatic type thing, where
Seizures,
outburst
yeah.
seizures and stuff,
Yeah.
where they were having like seizures like a couple times a day, and he read the benefits and he knew about Charlotte's Web. I think he takes 5 to 8 times our normal dosage that we do in a day. However,
Almost all taken away.
almost
the
all taken away the
seizures.
seizures and the emotional outbursts. So
Really
it's
amazing.
a lot of cool stuff.
If you're interested, we would just say start reading up. So
Yeah.
Charlotte's Web, CBD, go do your own research.
And the realm of rock,
The realm of caring.
the realm of caring is what it is. It's the rocksomething.org. It's a bunch of naturopaths and
Team of doctors
that actually
Charlotte's Web uses. Yeah.
uses for this. So it's a lot of good resource there. So happy to talk about anyone about that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So now
What
misconception
About the gym.
about the gym. What was it about? Do you remember?
Yeah, we were going to talk about how people most times starting out, well, first of all, right, it takes a lot of courage for a lot of people to come in and walk in our doors and check it out, especially if they don't know anyone or it's a brand new way of working out. So first of all, tons of courage just to walk in the door. But then secondly, almost every new person tells me, well, I'm not going to know what to do. I should probably like study up or do some personal training sessions or learn all the movements so that when I get into a class, I won't feel exposed. Otherwise, everyone's going to be looking at me because I don't know the language. I don't know the movements, all of that. So what do you think about that? What do we tell those people?
We tell you, don't worry. Just you make it a priority to get here. We will take care of everything else for you. And we actually, we do everything is different every day for people. So all the movements are new for almost people, but we actually go through them in movement preps as we're warming up and stuff. We give alternatives to them. We explain why we're moving this way. We talk about what's good movement versus bad movement. So we educate as we do before we start adding like our load, before we actually start actually doing the actual workout of what we might be doing. We're actually doing a bunch of movement prep that's disguised as a warm up for you. And even if that, like if you like look at our workouts ahead of time, all our members are part of our Mighty Network group, and they know they can go into our private network group and they can just type a movement in, and there's a video that'll pop up 95% of the time. So almost everything in there is documented if they were just curious about it. But we just say show up.
We have tiered programming, which is
Everything is
3
tiered,
levels.
yes.
So where do we start most of our new people?
So most of
With
our
tiered
new people,
programming.
so the way tiered programming works, that just means we design an option for each fitness level for that day, and the coach goes through and they talk through the warm up, and we talk through all the options and what your stimulus should feel like. Because a lot of people might want to go maybe to the harder fitness level, but when we start explaining what your stimulus should feel like or how fast you should be moving through something, they realize, oh, maybe I should be down here in this first one there. But they're all modified appropriately to give you the same stimulus on the body parts that we're trying to hit for that day, but at an appropriate level to wherever you're at in the fitness level. So maybe on one side, it could be low bar pull-ups or ring rows for some sort of pulling exercise. On the harder side or in the middle, it might be regular pull-ups. And on the hard side, it might be chest to bar pull-ups or bar muscle ups, something equivalent to that. So everything is modified and tiered for you. And some people mix and match as they go. So we always say our goal is to provide a swim lane for everyone to feel successful. And as long as you want to stay in that swim lane, is cool with us. If you want to bounce over to another one, that's okay.
Some days you might feel like going hard. Some days you might feel like dialing it back. And so we always want you to choose what feels right for the day.
And some days you just might not want to come in and do any of that stuff. And we have offline conversations with a lot of our members, like, can I just come in a row or bike and just, maybe warm with you guys? We're like, absolutely. Come in and sit down with us.
Another really great point. With our new people, obviously in the beginning, you tend to be really sore. It's kind of a shock to your system. The first couple of weeks are hard. So we always recommend that you come in anyway, even if you're feeling that way. Sometimes with our new people, we'll just put them on a bike or a rower, and we'll just have you do really slow, light intervals and some mobility and some stretching. It'll look totally different than the rest of the class, but we really try to design that hour based on your needs and each member's needs. So so don't feel exposed. You'll look around any class and you'll see the workout looks so different around the room, and everybody fits in. Everyone's very supportive, regardless of what class you go to. So,
and I have an incentive thing we're going to talk about with our members at the end. The last thing the second to last thing before the incentives, so don't go anywhere yet, is we're final week of the CrossFit Open Prep. And what does that mean? So we have CrossFit tomorrow, classes, Friday, boot camp classes, and Paul's class. We have offered a lot of different classes. But for CrossFit, the Open has always been a set of workouts that are released by the CrossFit headquarters. And they're
office now.
Home office, yeah. And they're released on Thursday. And almost all CrossFit gyms or affiliates do the workout that Friday or Saturday. And it's the way for the elite athletes to go and qualify for the games and maybe become the fittest man or woman on earth.
But first step.
It's the very first step. And it's a lot of fun because it's relatable to everyone. But for 99.9% of us, it's just another workout, right? But we try to get everyone involved and get really well. And we talk about the movements and the purpose of this. And we try to dial up our standards just a little bit more and our intensity a little bit more. And it's a lot of fun. So they start next week. So we've been prepping. We've been doing some every Friday. We've been doing an old CrossFit Open workout.
Yep.
The next Friday, we won't know what it is until Thursday night. We'll be doing that. So on the 12th, right? We have that coming on. The other thing, so incentives. Don and I have been working a lot of brainstorming on things that we're working on, and we're still working on stuff.
Planning out the next year now that things are getting back to normal-ish.
Now, and so for new members and our OGs, we're going to cover you both, our original people here.
We're going to give it all away now.
We're going to tell them that all new members are going to have incentives that are going to be incentivized by an amount of workouts in a certain period of time. There'll be 4 incentives that take place over a year.
And the goal of that is?
To keep you consistent and moving and engaged, right? Because we know if you get in there and you're consistent to yourself on this, we will change your life.
Yeah.
And then...
And you'll still be there.
You'll still be there.
In years.
So
We're really working
New
on
members
those new members not
and
falling through the
OGs,
cracks.
this will qualify for both of you, but it's like we're all starting at day
Square
one.
one.
So our goal is to hopefully start this April 1st, and
You'll
then
have some levels in it. Each level you earn something cool.
free.
Free.
Swag,
Yeah,
right?
so
Everyone
cool.
loves swag. So we're excited about that. We're working on swag. We'll tell you more details about that. We are taking membership. If you're just interested about fitness or nutrition or anything, or just want to pick our brains and know why we think we are the best on the peninsula, make an appointment with us.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys.
Yes. Have a great weekend. We will see you guys soon.